I've been a Mac guy for about a decade now, and last year I did something that I never thought I would. I traded in my MacBook Pro for an iPad Pro, and this is why I think that I made the best decision possible. I've been no stranger to the iPad Pro lineup. I got an iPad Pro when they first came out with the Apple Pencil in 2015. I had one when they came out with the Apple Pencil 2. I even had an iPad mini for a while. But not until now have I really understood that the iPad Pro is a pro machine. You can see my full breakdown of the iPad Pro in a separate video that I did, but going from an iPad mini to the iPad Pro did leaps and bounds for my productivity. I couldn't justify, however, carrying around an iPad and a MacBook at the same time. I just didn't feel like I was using either of them to their fullest potential, and that's why I decided to make the switch. At the time, I was going without a desk setup at home, which really irked me. I wanted to have a place that I could sit down and do some work at home, and I didn't have that. I just had either the iPad or the MacBook. So I sat down and I strategically came up with a plan that would give me a desk setup for home and a portable option to take with me. I traded in my MacBook Pro for the brand new M4 Mac Mini, and then I also got a Magic Keyboard for my iPad. I was really nervous that this was not going to work, and I'm really proud to say that I think it did, with some caveats. Up to this point, I was using my iPad mostly as a sketchbook and a notebook, and to make this transition, I knew I needed to make the Pro. So I got a Magic Keyboard, and I also got a little docking station to go onto my USB-C port. By day, I work as a marketing professional for a toy company, and I was normally using my iPad for sketching, note-taking, sometimes as a third screen for my desk setup at work. In the spirit of using my iPad Pro more as a MacBook replacement than just a sketchbook, I was going to have to try some things that I had never done before. So I downloaded the full Adobe suite on the iPad. For my photography workflow, I was pleasantly surprised that not much had changed from the process that I had used before. On occasion, I'm responsible for some photo and video shoots for my job, so I like to bring the iPad Pro along with me, and we are able to use that as a monitor to make sure we get the shots that we need. With the USB-C dock, I was able to transfer my files from my SD card to my SSD drive, and then I was able to upload it to Lightroom to begin editing there as well. Now for video, things changed quite a bit. The transfer files is exactly the same as with my photography workflow, but I usually work in Premiere Pro, and there is no Premiere Pro on the iPad Pro, which I think is kind of silly. Instead, I downloaded Final Cut Pro, which I know has a great reputation, and I've used just a little bit in the past, but there's still a learning curve, so I'm trying to understand that. But my iPad Pro is still handling the 4K video tremendously. Now, where some of my hesitations about using the iPad Pro as a complete replacement for the MacBook Pro comes in is actually where the iPad Pro, you would think, would actually soar, and that's word processing and multitasking. The iPad Pro is marketed as being this great machine for multitasking. You have Stage Manager that lets you easily switch through multiple applications, and you can even open up multiple windows. But there's a catch. Within Google Docs or Pages or Word, you can only open up one document at a time. I am somebody who works off of several documents all the time, and I find it really annoying that I can't just easily switch between documents like that. Now there is a workaround. You can go to Safari and open up one document in Safari and one document in your native app, but I don't think you should have to do that. So it is a little disappointing that something so simple would actually be overlooked on the iPad Pro. So is the iPad Pro really ready to take on and overcome the MacBook market? I don't think so, and I think that's by design. I think Apple knows that if they do too much with the iPad Pro, that they'd cannibalize their own market, and that's not their goal. So there are some hangups, there are some things that don't work very well, but for people like me, where I'm a paraprofessional, I don't totally do it 100% of the time, I think this is perfect. Thank you for watching this little challenge of mine, if you want to call it that. I think this is going to serve well to show people what the limitations of the iPad Pro are, and maybe even open your mind to what it can do. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Watch my other videos breaking down some of this technology, and let me know what else you want to see. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.